Hello Kenyans and welcome to my channel. I'm Kevin Uhuru. A beautiful morning here. And of course every morning we take you to the politics of the day. Now yesterday there were arrays of events. There were a series of events in the political space that really has political meanings, and that is why I am here. So in this video, yesterday I did a video about the downgrading of William Ruto's security details, and that video is here. So if you haven't checked that video, guys, that was my first political video in this channel, so you're gonna check out and do. And also, if you're new to this channel, guys, subscribe, like, share, and tell other people. Remember, it is officially my political opinion channel. Now today I want us to talk about something, and it is a wider plan by the Mt Kenya politicians to market Raila Odinga for the mountain. It is no doubt that William Ruto is at the top of the mountain because of his latest political movements in the area, and also he has been at dalliance with the religious leaders in the area, and that is why, of course, he's been enjoying some massive support from the mountain. But then, it is no doubt that President Uhuru Kenyatta does not prefer William Ruto. You don't need an explanation to get that. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the leaked plan by some of Uhuru's men, and specifically Ngunjiri Wambugu and other politicians to market Raila in the mountain. So the first plan was the use of vernacular radio stations in the mountain. Yesterday, Raila spent better part of his morning being interviewed, or rather running interview in the vernacular stations of the Kikuyu. That was Inoro, Gukena, and others. Remember, something that you need to know is some of these stations, they're not at, like, there's one royal media like Gukena is in Radio Africa and others, but there was a very well coordinated approach to make sure that Raila gets the voice. If you look at that interview, I listened to that interview went for over 1 hour. Yes, I don't understand Kikuyu, but even if you look at the way people are reacting to that interview in the social media, of course things are continuing to change. People, look here. Kenyans, look here. These vernacular radio stations from the mountain are purely owned by the powerful businessmen from that area. If you look at royal media, CSK Macharia is the closest friend to Raila Odinga. And of course, this is coming after Raila holding meetings with some of the business leaders from Mt Kenya, or rather from the central Kenya. So the use of radio is one that is very, very, very effective, and that is why I'm saying it's effective. If you look at the way the interviewers were asking Raila questions, they were just trying to water down some of the narratives that have been planted among the people from central Kenya. You'll always ask, and I saw one of the interviewers asking Raila why there is an animosity between him and Kikuyu. And of course, this is a conversation, and you'll see the way he was responding. He was responding trying to beseech these people that, look here, I worked with Mwai Kibaki. I was part of the project that made Thika Super Highway, because when Thika Super Highway was done, Raila Odinga was the Minister for Roads and Social Works. I have worked with your people. Yes, we've had political differences, but that does not mean that he's hated. If you listen to that interview, another question that also came out was really the preference you would have for Mt Kenya. And you saw that Raila was using some of the clauses that were in BBI to convince the mountain. He was telling them that, look here, you are the people who contribute a lot to the national cake, and of course you need a lot. And that was ensuring the BBI, where the one man, one vote thing was coming to. So guys, you cannot underestimate that. It was not just a simple interview. It was not just a normal interview. Why now? Why then? I normally ask, why now? It is now because the time is now. So Raila Odinga spoke about something, and that is the message he was using when doing the interview, where he challenged Deputy President William Ruto to follow the suit of his father, Jaramogi Oginga, to resign if he feels dissatisfied in government.
Ukiwa kama unaona kama mambo si sawa, ni mtu ambaye kuna principles, sema tu ati mimi nimeona mambo si mzuri kwangu, kwa hiyo I'm not going to tolerate this, I'm resigning. Alafu wewe unajiuzulu. Hiyo ndio what is called political principle. But otherwise it's just hypocrisy.
Yes.
This country has been led with hypocrisy.
Asante. Yes, Jaramogi Odinga was working with Jomo Kenyatta, and Jaramogi Odinga was the deputy president. But on 14th 1964 April, he resigned. And that letter is not there. He said that he was not going to continue working and earning taxpayers' money while he doesn't have designated job, while he is not really regarded as the second in command in the matters of the national interest. So if you look at that, what the reason why Raila was using that platform to speak about that issue is because he wants to defend President Uhuru Kenyatta. He's telling the people that the person, the chief hustler you're putting around you is someone who was elected to a president, but then left the agenda of the government and went to campaign and left your man alone. The radio interviews was a strategy to penetrate inside there. And so, you might ask, after that interview, we saw the Facebook page of Ngunjiri Wambugu. So Ngunjiri Wambugu is Nyeri Town MP, and this is what he posted here. I was once attacked and told that trying to sell a certain person was trying to sell pork in a mosque. But I kept selling and that person was bought. And it's why we are here today. I can sell a better person easier today. For people who don't know, in the run-up to, I think, 2017 general elections, actually this was done by Jubilee Staunch, and I remember even President Uhuru was telling them that market Raila in that area, speaking about Raila in that area, was trying to sell pork in a mosque because they don't, of course Muslims don't do pork. This post was referring to the possibility of them marketing Raila Odinga in Central. There have been a narrative that Raila is unsellable there, is unmarketable. But then this Ngunjiri Wambugu is saying, for people who don't know, Ngunjiri Wambugu, after 2007 post-election violence, worked with the ODM, and he ran a project called something Kikuyus for Change. So Kikuyus for Change was a unity movement that was just going to reconcile the communities and unite them after the chaos, or rather the violence of 2017. So after that, remember by that time, Raila Odinga was the Prime Minister. So he was operating under Deputy Prime Minister. And actually that project at that moment, people thought that there were some narratives that, you know what, that was Raila's brainchild. But after that, Ngunjiri Wambugu was appointed as the Director of Political Affairs in the ODM party up until 2013, when the Jubilee government came into place, and then he jumped in the other side. So that is why you will hear many people saying that Ngunjiri Wambugu is an ODM person. It's because he worked in ODM and he worked with Raila Odinga. And I know that for the people, and I'm not saying because of fanatic, but I can tell you for sure, if there is someone, guys, who can easily work with Raila as early as today, is Ngunjiri Wambugu. So when you see him posting that information, what it only tells you is that there have been conversations just to make sure that they bring Raila to the mountain. And yesterday, there was Uhuru's meeting with Mt Kenya leaders. The same day Raila was in Noro, was speaking in the radio in the morning. The same day Wambugu posted this thing, and Wambugu made this post after Uhuru's meeting in State House. And there was you remember, Dennis Itumbi posted, and I think they said National Bureau of Intelligence of Hasla, that President Uhuru Kenyatta was meeting the Mt Kenya leaders, the Jubilee Party PG meeting, to tell them about marketing Raila. Of course, I wouldn't want to trash that. But it's possible that Uhuru was telling them about the Raila agenda. So he told them that William Ruto left Jubilee and went to UDA, and so now he's an UDA person. But I really think that President Uhuru Kenyatta is determined to make Raila presidency a reality. And one of the things that happened is, when Raila was speaking with the Venacular stations, he was trying to bring the rainbow, you remember the Rainbow Coalition of 2002, the rainbow movement into space. And that is why his language is not that I'm going to vie for president, but is being sugarcoat, is sugarcoating it in terms of I'm bringing unity. These are inseparable. The unity and Raila's presidency are intertwined. Third way, strategy to sink Raila in the mountain is Ruto Frastration. Ruto Frastration, I want to say it this way. Sometimes political strategies are a bit disruptive, and Ruto's frustration, one is this way, that there have been leaders from Mt Kenya region, Jubilee leaders and MPs from Mt Kenya region, who have bromance with Deputy President William Ruto. And one of them is Gachagua. And you'll see that to frustrate Ruto in the mountain and to make sure that his roots are chopped off, then what you need to do, you need to work on the people who support him. I am not trying to say that government is targeting the MPs, but you will see that there is a line, the cases, the corruption cases that are bedeviling Gachagua. Actually, just read this morning that he has not been given his passport, so he wanted to fly to Dubai, but he cannot fly. He wanted to go for an official duty, official function, but he cannot fly because his passports are held by the government. So these sort of frustrations are just for them to give up and not to support William. Because again, there is no William without these MPs around him. Yes, he can go and enjoy himself and make, but you need an entrance to the mountain. And some of the people he's been using is Rigathi Gachagua. Frustrations comes even in the security withdrawal. When he's withdrawn, when his security is withdrawn, then they are compromised. Not withdrawn, I think it's downgraded, or let me say replaced. The GSU replaced by AP officers, and I think it was reduced almost by half. That means that even his movement is not as easy as you might think. So, root of frustration is going, and I want to use what he normally says, that this is a strategy to demean his office. I want you to understand this. To demean in office in the sense that to underestimate the essence of the office of the Deputy President. Guys, that was my opinion for the day about the yesterday's events, and I was talking about Ngunjiri Wambugu's leaks on him to vote in Raila Odinga as the Mt Kenya Kingpin in 2022. That is, you may think that is far from reality, but again, it is always possible. If you're here, remember this is my opinion. Also get to the comment section, tell us what you think as a person, and also make sure you subscribe and share this video.